Good afternoon with this. I'm Ralph Blanford with the Jim Beam Barbecue Classic. I'm here in Springfield, Kentucky. This is our 8th contest, 2016, and we're very glad to be here. This is a very popular event in the surrounding area now through Michigan, Canada, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Ohio, and Kentucky, and Tennessee. We bring teams in from a long ways out, and obviously we're sponsored by Jim Beam, one of the greatest bourbons in the world. They're #1 bourbon in the world. And here today we've got a special treat is the 7th generation master distiller, Mr. Fred Noe.
I'm glad to be here. It's always fun to come back to my dad's hometown here in Springfield and to participate here in the barbecue cook-off. People get pretty excited and I get to taste some good food, which is all good. That's all good to get back to my roots right here in Old Springfield, Kentucky, which is great.
We had 44 teams participate. One backed out, but we've had about 80-some applications this year, so we've had a lot of teams that got turned down. And of course, we have 54 judges that we use, and we've had 130-some applications for judges. And you know, it's a good problem to have, and we're glad we have that. And we relate that to the fact that we have an awesome sponsor in Jim Beam and a lot of hard-working people and some great people that come in and visit us. And that's what makes a great barbecue contest. They cook chicken, ribs, pulled pork, and brisket, and then afterwards we have a dessert if they want to cook that. It's optional, but the four categories I mentioned, they have to cook that to be eligible to win the prize, which is $10,000. The Jim Beam Barbecue Showdown is a statewide point system where we every contest we have in the state of Kentucky, and we require that the teams cooking at least 3 of the 6 this year, and sometimes it varies. And then at the end, which is right here today, who wins that, they get $3,000. The second place gets $2,000, and third place gets $1,000. And that's the Jim Beam Bluegrass Barbecue Showdown. And that goes from Carrollton to Munfordville to Owensboro, back to Barberville. So it pretty much covers the state. And it's really a nice time. Down in Nebo, Kentucky, they had a contest as well. So we're very well represented throughout the state, and it's a pretty good prize at the end of the year. It's nice to take a $3,000 check back home with you. And there's a lot of things going on with Jim Beam Barbecue. It's growing. Our contest has become more popular, and we're proud of it. And our people work it very, very hard. And with obviously with Jim Beam, it's becoming more popular every year.
It's interesting to see what each cook does different with their sauce, their smoking technique. I like any meat that's smoked. It's all good. It's kind of wild to watch them run with it and do their own personal touch to make it what it is. I mean, each one of these guys that's here cooking, they got their own secret to the secret recipe, kind of like us making the bourbon. We do it our way. They all do it their way. When they put it in there and they get judged, and it's kind of cool to get. After it's over, I'll slip around here and get some samples and check it all out. But they're pretty serious right now when they're getting stuff ready for their turn-in. So me and Ralph kind of stay out of the way. When it's all said and done, we'll get plenty of it to sample here in a little bit. Well, actually, when Ralph called, my dad, like I say, was born and raised right here in Springfield, and Ralph was looking for a little bit of support, and I thought it'd be kind of cool for us to give back to Dad's hometown. And I ran these streets when I was a little boy, staying with my grandmother. So anything we can do to help out communities, get involved, and it's just something pretty cool. And it's grown into, Ralph and all his volunteers have done a tremendous job growing this into what it is today. And it was just a matter of a little bit of support. We support a lot of different things, but it was great to give something back to the hometown where my dad was born and raised.